So let's talk about marinades. Specifically, this one is very special. Some of you may have went to Outback Steakhouse before. For various reasons, we don't really want to go there or pay their prices. So I decided I was going to try to make a version of their AliceSprings chicken, which is a Dijon honey mustard-esque. For this particular time, I'm using honey mustard, where I would usually Dijon, but this is what we have, so that's what I'm using. So what I have in here is a tablespoon of Dale seasoning. This is going to act as the wood-fired grill seasoning. I don't want to use wood-fired seasoning or firewood seasoning or any of that because I don't like it. It gives me heartburn. This works, and I'm not going to change it anyway. On top of that, I'm going to be using this Baja citrus. This is going to get the citrusy other flavors, the whole thing of it. So with the Dale seasoning, I'm going to put this in here. And this is all just for the marinade. And then I'm going to use extra virgin olive oil for the emulsion, just like kind of stretch that marinade a little bit. And then the honey mustard, I'm not going to really judge how much I put in here, but it's probably about 2 tablespoons. Really depends on how much you want to taste it. Also, I've flung it all over the whisk that I'm going to be using. Laura is currently looking at the honey mustard bottle because she's confused because she thought she got Dijon, and she did. This is just what is left over. So once that's in, I'm going to stir all this up. What it's going to do is tighten up. This is because of the oil and honey mustard and the seasoning. So the longer this sits, the more it's going to basically become an emulsion. I don't really care about that. I just want it to season, penetrate the actual chicken that I will be using, which is this. So as you can see, we have this chicken breast plus another one because I'm going to be making a number of portions for it because it's very good leftover. So I'm just cutting off that portion, flipping this over, taking off this fat here. Taking off that fat. And then the bottom, I'm going to splay this out and just cut. So in an earlier video, I was talking about portion size, which for this is going to be about here. So we're just going to cut that in half. I'm going to pull that over just a little. Now that I look at it, I'm going to be taking out this whole thing right here, because that's liable to be a little tough. And I got a little dog. He's gonna get in trouble because he keeps trying to get into the trash. So got that over this. Don't really need to do anything, so that's good. What I am gonna do is take this thing. It's got these teeth here, so it's going to retract. It's going to help flatten the chicken, and it's going to help infuse that marinade. As you see, nice and flat, right into the marinade. So I'm going to put this in the little pan that I have the other chicken in. I'm not going to cut this into 2 portions. That tendon was a little hard to get through. Just going to make this 1 portion because I like big portions of the AliceSprings chicken. So starting from this end, I'm going to make a small cut. And then I'm going to cut through all the way to the back like before. And then we're just gonna push this over. There you go. Nice Butterflied. No. I know what you're saying might seem wasteful, but I'm actually going to use that to cook it, excuse me, and it'll be a little treat for the dogs. Because as much as I might care, or you might care in eating it, or not eating it, I should say, they do not. And what's the point in throwing it away when you can just give it to them? So, there's 2 pieces done. This wants to fall down. And here's the other one, which is worse condition. So we're just gonna quickly kind of dispatch it, because I don't want this video to be really long. Wow. Okay. Instead of trying to work through all of this, I'm going to go ahead and cut this way. That'll give me easier access to that right there. And then I will just nice and easily just cut that right out. That got some more of the fat, and then I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to start from the side, get it nice and even, nice cut to the back, slowly push, and there we go. Nope, same thing. Do what I imagine they did to Pinhead. And then same thing with this. Just cut out this kind of machine ravaged part. Because we buy this stuff bulk, I mean, we get this from time to time. It's no big thing to try to fix. This is going to be a little more. So, incidentally, this is how you'd make stuffed chicken marsala, by the way. You just get the tip in here and just hollow out the inside. Maybe do that for another video. It's been a bit since I made chicken marsala. But I don't do stuffed chicken marsala because I can't ensure that stuff inside of it will get cooked. So we'll be talking about open-faced chicken marsala. So once that is done, just tender that up a little bit. Throw that in there. I'm going to take this stuff and move it to the side. Bring this in, because this is our chicken. Show you basically you just want to mix it together. So the marinade tightened up. That's because of the stuff we put in it. And that's fine, because it's going to be a little bit better as a paste and less loose. Because the way we're going to cook this, we will turn the grill very high. We're going to sear this, and that's going to give you, along with this Dell seasoning, it's going to give you that nice smoky wood fire taste. And then I'll finish cooking it in the oven, 350 degrees for 10 to 15 minutes, depending on the thickness of your chicken. Now on the grill, I'm going to be searing it for about 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, give or take. So you're going to have almost 8 minutes on the grill, maybe less. Just you don't want it to flame up. You just want it to get grill marks, and start with the basic of cooking to sear in everything. But depending on how long you have it on the grill, 10 to 15 minutes. 350 degrees, in a pan that has been put aluminum foil over top of the pan. So you're kind of steam cooking it, but it'll just help evenly cook it and won't let it dry out. But we'll get back to when we go to put everything together. Alright, so our chicken is done. I've grilled it, put it in the oven for 15 minutes. Now we're going to assemble 2 of them. So we take 1 and 2. So you see the sauce. So normally if you get this at the restaurant, it comes with mushrooms, which I don't like because it's fungus. So we're not gonna eat fungus. So we're just gonna put a little bit of that on there. And then we're going to take and we're going to place bacon on top. I'm only putting 3 pieces based on the size, but you know, you can put as much bacon on there as you want. Because I know I'm going to be eating this one. This one's getting 4 pieces. And that's the way it works. Person who cooks gets to decide how much. So the bacon's on there. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put sharp cheddar cheese on the top. And then on top of that, I'm going to finish that with Colby Jack cheese. I know it looks like a lot, but it will melt. And then it'll combine with that juice to make a nice sauce, kind of. But it just helps it not dry out. But I'll come back when this is done. But between when this is done and the next, I'm going to be finishing the French fries, which I can show you. So these are the fries that have been cut up and pre-cooked or blanched in the deep fryer. So they are about, let's say 70% cooked. I'm fixing to throw them into a 400 degrees deep fryer, and then I'll show you how these are put together. So we will get right back with you. Alright, so wanted to bring you back because the French fries are almost done. So what I've done since the time skip between when I showed you the uncooked ones or par cooked ones. Well, I've laughed, I've basically lived in that time span. So with the French fries, we're going to be making what they call Aussie cheese fries, and it's basically hand cut French fries, deep fried with layered cheese. So the difference with seasoning these, we're going to be using salt, but we are also going to be using an upside down ground white pepper. You have to be careful with this because it's very strong, so small doses. So now that these French fries are nice and golden brown, I will show you how they look based off those disgusting white looking ones. So when they get done, you could hear them. They're nice and golden brown and crispy. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to pull some of these at a time. And I'm going to salt generously. And then this is the stuff you got to be careful about. So, white pepper. And you're going to smell it because white pepper is very strong. So, this is about half of them. I have a sheet pan that has been oiled. And you're basically going to put those on there. While I'm doing that, though, I'm going to go ahead and pull these other ones because I don't want them to get overdone. So you don't have to layer these. You can always spread them out, but You know, if you want to be completely unhealthy, you just want to layer them to get the most amount of calories that you can possibly get, because that's what makes things better. I mean, you got to die from something, right? Might as well be something good instead of like a truck. So now those are seasoned. Just gonna set them to the side with these. Gonna make kind of a base. And then we're gonna start layering. So Colby Jack first. Same cheeses, sharp cheddar, Colby Jack. So Colby Jack first. So I use these real crumpled bacon thing. I get these from Walmart. They're in this bag is usually in the section where they have like big number 10 cans, so they're like 120 ounce cans and stuff. No, these are just the best ones. So you're just gonna grab a handful of bacon bits and put that on top, and then you're gonna get your sharp cheddar, put that on top. Don't worry, all this stuff's gonna melt. When you get your other French fries, pour on that. Now I have to say, these are for leftovers, so we will have leftovers. So, no, it looks like a lot, because it is, because they're delicious and you should make them this weekend. But especially if you have a family, they won't last long, I promise. Especially when you get them eating that white pepper. Change their lives. Just absolutely change their lives. I know it changed my life. I used to be a horse, so now look at me. Started eating white pepper, human being. It's crazy. And so the last bit of Colby Jack is going to go on top. And Kraft has, here lately, their cheeses have been sticking to the inside of the bag, which makes me think they were having some kind of refrigeration problem to the store, because it's not just one particular store, it's every store I've gotten it at. But anyway, when we come back, which will be 2 seconds for you, we'll show you what these and the chicken look like after they've been in the oven 450 degrees just until the cheese is melted. So there you go. There's a lovely bacon cheese fries, or Aussie cheese fries as Outback likes to call them, layered. If you ever go to Outback, that's what you want to order, by the way. Aussie cheese fries layered. You'll be happy that I told you about that, because it's not on the menu. But we're going to get this plated up and waiting on the chicken. 1 second. No, the chicken's not done. It's going to be another 3 minutes. So as soon as that 3 minutes is up, we show you what that one's look like. Okay, chicken is done. So now all we have left to do is put it on a plate. As you can see, we have a nice cheese melted. So we just take and gently place it on our plates as I spill stuff on the counter. Like I said, cooking is messy. Cooking will always be messy. Don't worry about doing that. It's all about the way it tastes. So, once we have all that done, move this back to the oven because it's hot. Get rid of the towel. And that's what all this yellow goodness. It looks so bland, but it is so good. But I hope you try to give it a chance, and it tastes just as good as this. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe. If not, thanks for listening and watching this time.